Day two of training camp, and things seem to be going swimmingly on the offensive side, which is really what I want to hear about. But we will start with the defense today and highlighting a player who is looking to get it done as the replacement. What's up? It's your boy Cintron coming at you with another analysis video to teach you not that's my real name. Eagles training camp game ball goes to Bryce Huff, who looks like a full-time pass rusher. Defensive end Bryce Huff is working to earn a lot more playing time as a pass rusher for the Eagles this season. So definitely, and part of that is the run duties as well, which is coming, into question, his ability to do so. Even though you extrapolate it, you look at the numbers, he, of course, didn't play full-time, played only 400, maxed out at 400 plus snaps this past year, but he was highly effective against the run. He just didn't do it at a high volume, a clip rate. So, extrapolate it out. Of course, there's expected to be some downturn with wear and tear, usage and deployment. But on the whole, I would expect him not to drop off the face of the earth. Even his coordinator right now is calling into question. We'll get into that in a short, but he says, I don't know why people think I can't do it. Go look at the tape. You've seen what I have done, put on film the last couple of years. And yes, it'll be a high tick rate because Hassan Reddick was playing 800 snaps, more than that in each of the past 4 seasons, and ranging out to 74 to 83% of our snaps on defense. That's a high amount, and that would be, a high uptick for Hassan Reddick's replacement and Bryce Huff said Hassan Reddick, who's holding up right now. But I definitely think he's up to the task. 6'3", 255, and the way he's played the run, the way he rushes the passer with tenacity. If he can, transfer even just a smidge of that to the run game at a higher rate of deployment, yeah, I think he'll be fine, man. And he's a guy who's he's made it out the mud. For those who are not initiated on that, he was an undrafted free agent, and he built himself up into the guy he was. Look at his usage, 30%, 51%. Then he took scale back at 20%. Then an uptick in at 42%, which led to him having 10 sacks. But he had one of the best closing rates at almost, or at 25%, I believe, the sack rate, which is crazy, insane. So, it's going to be difficult, and he's going to, we don't, it's not one size fits all. Hassan Reddick was, pretty good at defending the run, even, despite his size, but I'm excited to see, what Sweat can do, and, with the development of potentially one of our rookies in Jalex Hunt, him falling into coverage, but he might be our best run and pass defender. Pause on that because, he is still uninitiated, and we'll have to see whether he even gets playing time. But there's a lot of potential for this Eagles defense, and up front we restocking the coffers, and we're swapping out a Jet for to be an Eagle. That being said, you like that he should be on the upswing as far as his potential, but time will tell. Anyways, let's move on to Jalen Hurts. The guy has been balling in training camp, man. He was 14 of 16, 2 balls, fell incomplete, but it's about, in this offense, him being efficient, and his efficiency rate has risen. And this offense isn't about forcing a deep ball, which we did last year ad nauseum, and to our detriment, so costly. This offense keeps you on time and in time. I'm sorry. This offense keeps you on pace, in rhythm, and matriculates the ball down the field. Some things, we would call him dink and dunk Dak, but bemoan. But he's keeping the offense on schedule, which I was searching. That's the phrasing I was searching for earlier. But as long as you're staying ahead of that, I think, we're not lacking the creativity, in between the in the 20s. When you get in the red zone, when the field shrinks and it becomes harder to score, you get that creativity, in there, and have a sledgehammer like Saquon Barkley. We cash in on those missed opportunities, the points that we missed out on last year, and in the past couple of years, I feel like we would stall out as far as creativity wise. We don't want to try too much in the red zone. Heavily influenced by Nick Sick Nuriani. He's a sick guy because, bro, take some chances, and definitely ride the legs of Saquon. and tush push, on the occasion, but we should be a juggernaut of an offense in the red zone, considering that we have, a sick route runner and the Slim Reaper, Thin Diesel, as Top Billing calls him. Dallas Goedert, who's 6'5". AJ Brown, who is, just physical. He should be able to out physical people. So the options, are pretty, plentiful. So there's no reason we shouldn't be money. But Jalen, just efficient. The one, incompletion he had, two, just a great play by Avonte Maddox scraping down across the formation and, knocking the ball down. And then him hitting the side of the helmet of Dallas Goedert. He still was on target, but just wasn't where he wanted it exactly. But other than that, it's a very high reward, low risk offense, which is, like, okay, where's the, what are you giving up? All you're doing is pushing the ball down the field steadily. And yeah, we'll meld things together and take our shots. But I love this offense for Jalen because he can be very accurate and, deadly quarterback. And he has, the run option as well, those legs to defend. I saw a sprint option, video of him and Saquon, doing it. I was like, I thought Saquon fumbled the ball because I was like, what happened? I didn't even realize that it was a sprint option because, Saquon's just hitting the hole so hard. You're like, damn, pause. Not in the bedroom. But he hit the hole hard at least twice because he had 2 kids. Anyways, man, let me get back out of New York. Business, New York affairs, New York state of mind. Yeah, man, he mistake free. He took 3 sacks, that'll come with the territory, but keeping us ahead of schedule. And I just love this offense to do that. And, hitting, the timing routes across the middle, guys motioning. There was one where Saquon motioned to the backfield and took carry. They didn't go for much, but it's just the creativity there, or just, the complexity. Because Mina Kimes said, and, other analysts, state, the offenses are gathering so much information with motions and shifts and seeing what the defense is going to be and seeing how they react and seeing how, you can attack them, their weaknesses, working on tendencies, putting things on film and in the presence, putting on the front lobe of, their mind, impressing into their consciousness that they're doing this and then hitting them with the okie doke in the third, fourth quarter, which is something we did nicely last year, but we didn't do it at a high variance. So it let defenses get way too comfortable and we would get lucky, show a bit, we would show just enough to be a professional level offense and then go back to the high school-ish bullshit. Anyways, man, Jalen, man, awesome job. And looking forward to him having another stellar day, but he's stacking them up. He had a hot beginning to last summer, fizzled, but we're not even scratching the surface because this is all vanilla, plain, basic stuff. So anyways, let's get into the next part. So Eagles 2024 training camp practice notes. Day 2, Cam Jurgens should be just fine replacing Jason Kelce. So how did the Eagles look as camp continues on day 2? Injuries that are out: Oren Burks with a knee that's new, Brett Todd with a hamstring that's lingering on. Limited practice, Landon Dickerson with lacerated toe, so it shows you that it's not that serious. But Cam Jurgens, really stop judging him on, the shoes that he's coming in to fill. He's, following in the footsteps of a Hall of Famer. He's more highly touted, has just of an athletic draw. And, he's doing things here like that are Jason Kelce-esque, like adjacent. So adjacent, you see what I did there? But yeah, he's pulling out in front, creating space. And he's smart. The only thing we have is, him doing the line protections and calls. The intellectual side of the game, as they say here, will catch up to him. Yeah. So he's not putting, too much pressure on himself. Let him be himself, like I said yesterday. And, he's smart, he's intelligent. And he's had a year to watch Jason up close and personal, being on his right side at the right guard position. And, when he came in the preseason, the game that, he started for Jason when he had that, that minor, might have been a knee scope, he looked fine. He looked more than fine. And he's not the same player that he was then. He's learned a lot more and become a thorough veteran. So through and through, I'm excited to see what he can do. I think he's going to surprise some people by being more than just adequate at center. So the position he was built for. Anyways, Jalen Hurts had a nice deep ball to AJ Brown, and it was one of the highlights, man. Let's look at it here, man. Let's just mute that because that's our music. But it's over Darius Slay, over his right shoulder, bam. It's just beautiful. AJ, he's just a model of consistency out there doing his thing, and we expect that from him now. 1K always open, yeah, man. You might as well call him Walmart. The old Walmart. He's 24/7, baby. His accuracy again, on the mark. So that's one thing I think his offense will do for him. It will allow his numbers to completion percentage to go up because it's about timing. Get the ball in your hands. Get the ball in your hands. Something he has been reticent to do last season, and as well as in 2022, he was trying to hit that big play. But things shift, and we have a different focus in his offense. And Hurts, I think, he's going to excel, man, this year. Paris Campbell, John Ross in there more today. Paris made more catches and got more targets. So he's more productive. I mean, that's not saying he did anything spectacular, but, he might be the better fit. John Ross, he's coming off of that retirement stint. He was always going to be a long shot. So Naismith kind of looked bad, and Johnny Wilson as well. Bad drop, and he was muffing some balls as well. So these guys got to work out the kinks. The rookies is to be expected, but thank goodness we're not counting on them to produce. All right, Terrion Davis Price looking good. He's a big back, 6'1", 219, and ran a 4.48 third round pick, formerly of the 49ers. They gave up on him. But he hit the hole. Also, he looked bad because, he got gassed, and he left the huddle early to try to get a head start on running some gassers. Yeah, coach is going to catch that and then chew us out. So, all right, Jordan Davis looking good, stuffing some runs. He, teamed up with Jalen Carter to do so. Yeah, we're not worried about that part. Just his, his conditioning, in which, he and, all the guys out there, after they complete their drills in 7:07 or 11:11 before the next team comes on, they're doing gassers. So something new for us. But hey, man, some change is good. And yeah, I mean, like, who else? I mean, they're working with the third team defense as well, just getting more conditioning. Him and Jalen Carter, man. They're tied at the hip because, they're the most, secretly the most, shaky position that we have. People say it's linebacker, but if we're not working together in, cohesion up front, the exterior guys in cahoots with the interior, we missed out on so many sacks. Could have, had QBs walking in the sacks last year if we would have maintained pass rush lane integrity. So Avonte Maddox, make nice breakup, shifting between slot and safety. I think he's going to be a low-key, unsung hero. I can't wait for DeJean to get back out there to challenge him for that job, but I think it might be too little too late because he's going to miss 11 practices, 3 weeks, and he'll be behind in his development. Now, Quinyon Mitchell did, take some snaps on the interior. I don't think that's a long, term thing for him. We're going to try to get him to play on the outside with that, that length and that speed he has, but just another feather in his cap to have. I just don't want to overload the guy, but I think he can do some wonders for us this year. Terrell Lewis, athletic tip, 6'5", 262. He had a sack on Jalen Hurts. So, hey, man, guys are getting active. He's talented, but we'll see, how that coalesces out. And the kick return unit, the guys out there, they had, I think, I forget who was out there, but we got some speed and athleticism, man. Ben Van Sumer being one of those guys that's just fast, man. 4.5 at linebacker. And rookie Jeremiah Trotter got injured, tried to go back, went back out, and then, had to go back out again. So they, let him run off on the cart, but it doesn't look to be serious, so we got lucky there. All right, now let's jump into some extra notes that, I gleaned because I do both articles just to make sure I got all my bases covered, all my I's, dotted and my T's crossed. Love saying shit like that. Anyways, get out of here. Let's see. Injury updates. We're not going to get into those because we just covered it. But, something to note that, the depth chart, Ringo and Rodgers switching places, and they haven't been able to get their hands on any balls, because Jalen's been getting his hand, the ball out of his hands quick. As well as linebackers, cross training, Zach Bond and Devin White. The majority of the burn, but Devin White is, getting paired with Nakobe Dean, and the rare pairing of Bond and Dean. But Jeremiah Trotter is seeing a few first-team reps at the end of the series. But, it's nice to, just get a look to see if he can do it. Ben Benjamin has gotten a few snaps. I'd love to see what he can do, but his mind isn't there yet, mental. But man, the guy has all the physical tools. Kenny Gainwell getting some first team snaps. I mean, that's just to be expected because the coaching staff loves him. He's a fifth round pick, or a born and bred Philly guy. So let's see. They're running the gassers. Fast paced training camp. Offense is going to be fast paced because we're going to need to keep up. Let's see. Tyler Steen didn't apparently struggle, so that's a good thing. And not saying he excelled, but hey, man, I'll take that as a win. They're giving him all the snaps, and I believe that he'll be our day one starter. Jelix Hunt might be more advanced than we thought. He beat Mailata on the inside on a running play. So, like I said, giving credence to him maybe being our best edge guy, or being the guy at least that can, set it and we forget it. Leave him out there and let him handle those run duties. Rodgers hawking down Terrion Davis-Price, serious speed. That's why I think we got to have him out there. And him doing some ball security drills, because he's going to be a return option. I think he's going to be electric, man, on our return unit. Now, I'm excited to see how it's going to unfold. If we, unveil it in the preseason, maybe not. But like I said, I think he had a 27 yard average in Indianapolis. So excited to see him out there. Kenny Pickett looked worse on day 2 than day 1. That's kind of been a theme with him, but hopefully it doesn't even come to him playing. But hey, your boy, that's the pass that Terrell Lewis nearly picked, because he's just an athletic beast. I think 6'5", 262. But I'm excited to see what McKee can do, man. Let's see. Tyler Hall got some first team snaps at nickel corner, so I like that. He's taking advantage of that Cooper DeJean absence. And here it goes. The special teams unit. Michael he's cooking up some, maybe some specialties with the guys we got out there. With the new, game that's going to be out there in the return game. But Avonte Maddox 4.39, Patrick Johnson, pretty decent. Zach Bond 4.6, Josh Jobe, I think he's slower, but still a decent athlete. And one of our best special teamers. Mekhi Garner has the size. Tristan McCullum, he runs in the 4.4 range. Keely Ringo 4.36, Nolan Smith 4.39. Ben Van Zimmer 4.45, Grant Calcaterra, pretty athletic tight end. So, I think we're going to kill him special teams this year. We had the best DVOA last year in the league at number 1. And I think we should still be pretty nice. So, but anyways, that's the recap for day 2. But hey, you're not even here though. You're not even watching, but it's all good because I love making these videos and I love talking about the freaking stinking Philadelphia Eagles. So we'll Chuck the Deuces officially. But as always, it's Fly Eagles Fly, and let's motherfucking go.
Like, comment, share, subscribe if you
Thanks for watching. Check me out at Cintron, Cintron Anime, Cintron Life, or Cintron Laughs, or other social media.